Alright, so before breakfast, I like to start out with a drink. Of course, I'll have my water first, and then I'll either have coffee or tea. But lately, I've been having tea every single day for 2 weeks so far to prevent bloating, because that's one of my biggest issues. And I'm trying my best to eat healthy again and stay fit. So speaking of fit, today I'll be using Fit tea. This is not my first time trying out this tea. If you've watched my other breakfast ideas video that I posted last year, you'll see that I used it in there too. I just had to try it out and see what the hype was about, and I actually ended up loving the results. So when they asked me this time if I wanted to try out the tea, of course I said yes, because I had already tried it out and I already knew that I was gonna love the results. And personally, this is one of my favorite detox teas because I love the smell and the taste and all the natural ingredients in there. And you can either have this tea during morning time or nighttime. I prefer using it during daytime just to get my day started. And you can either have it hot or cold. And for me, I prefer using these teas at least once a year just to motivate me and improve my immune system and just cleanse my body, especially with the holidays coming up, because girl, we gotta take care of that body. Alright, first I'm going to start with this delicious smoothie bowl. You're going to need some fruit. You can use frozen fruit or fresh fruit. I like using frozen fruit, and I wish I had some acai because that's my favorite, but I didn't have any at the moment. And I'm also going to add some coconut water, but you don't have to. You can just use water or any other juices or even milk. And since I am using frozen fruit, I'm not going to add any ice to my blender, but if you are using fresh fruit, go ahead and add some ice. And I'm not going to use all of the coconut water. I'm going to fill it up halfway. That way it's a little bit thicker and not too runny, or else our toppings will just sink in. Alright, now that everything is blended, this is the consistency you want. I wish it was a little bit thicker, but it's okay. This will do. And I'm just going to pour it into a bowl and then spread it out and add the toppings. Alright, and now time for the fun part, the toppings. You can add whatever you want. I'm going to cut up some strawberries and banana, and I'm also going to add some shredded coconut, some chia seeds. You can use flax seeds too if you want. And I'm also going to use some granola. I love granola. And at the end, I'm just going to drizzle some honey, and that's it. Pretty easy, right? Alright, next I'm going to make this easy egg salad. I know this is pretty random, but all you're going to need are some cucumbers, tomatoes, parsley or cilantro, and of course eggs. Alright, first I'm going to start dicing the cucumber, and then I'm going to do the same to my tomato. Alright, next I'm going to chop up some parsley. You can use cilantro if you want. They both taste delicious, but today I'm using parsley. Alright, and now I'm going to take my boiled eggs. You can add as many as you want, but I'm only going to use 2 today. And I don't really care for the yolk, so I'm going to take that out and just use the egg white. Alright, now that I have everything into one bowl, I'm going to add some salt, some cayenne pepper, and also some dried mint to add flavor. And it was so good. Alright, next I'm going to make some avocado toast. I'm pretty sure you've seen this everywhere, but it's so simple and it's so good. So first things first, I'm going to pop a piece of toast in the toaster, and then I'm going to move on to the avocado. So I'm just going to cut up the avocado. You can cut it however you want. This is the way I cut it. I find this way easier, but you just have to be careful so you don't stab yourself in the palm, because I have done that before. And now I'm taking a fork and mashing the avocado, and then I'm going to spread it on my piece of toast and add my toppings. I'm going to put cucumbers and tomatoes on mine, but you can put whatever you want. And I'm also going to add some salt and pepper. Right, now I'm going to move on to these delicious and easy egg muffins, and like everything else I've made, you can add your own twist to them. You can substitute things. So for example, if you don't like bacon, you can easily take that out and substitute it with something else, or not even add it at all. But I am going to use turkey bacon today, and while that's cooking on the skillet, I'm going to move on to my veggies. So now I'm chopping up some green onions or scallions, and I'm also going to add some mushrooms and parsley. Alright, now that I have my scallions, mushrooms, and cilantro into the bowl, I'm going to add my bacon and my eggs. I'm going to use 4 eggs, 1 whole egg, and 3 egg whites, but you can use whatever you want or however you like your eggs. After I finished mixing everything together, I added some seasoning, and now I'm going to take my mini cupcake tray. You can use a regular sized one, but I just think the mini ones are so cute. And then I'm going to take a wheat piece of toast and start cutting it into small pieces and placing it on the bottom of the tray. You don't have to do this, but I just wanted to do this to get my carbs in there as well. Alright, now that I have the bread on the bottom, I'm going to start adding the mix. And you can also add some cheese if you want. I'm going to add some, but not to all of them, just half of them so people can have that option. Alright, now that I'm done, I'm going to pop these in the oven. My oven is already preheated to 350 Fahrenheit, and I'm going to place these in there for about 30 minutes depending on how crispy you want yours. So you can just keep checking on them and see how you like them. I left mine for 30 minutes and these were the results, and I ended up loving them. So if you like your eggs to be a little bit crispy, leave them in there for 30 minutes. Alright, next I'm making this really simple parfait in this mason jar. Makes it look so cute. So first I'm just adding some yogurt. You can use any yogurt you want. I'm just using plain. And I'm going to add some granola, some of my favorite fruit, some honey, some chia seeds, and you can pop the lid back on and take it to go if you're in a hurry. This is perfect if you're running late for school or work. Next, I'm making this sweet breakfast quesadilla. I don't even know what to call these. I saw something similar on Pinterest, but I'm going to add my own twist. I'm actually going to use almond butter instead of peanut butter. I'm going to add some banana, some honey, some cinnamon, some dark chocolate chips, and then I'm going to throw it on the skillet. So I decided to make another one, this time with strawberries. So same thing, I have my almond butter on the tortilla. I'm going to add the strawberries, some shredded coconut, some honey, cinnamon, dark chocolate chips. You can use Nutella if you want, but I'm trying to make this a little bit healthier. So dark chocolate is better than Nutella in this case because we're trying to eat healthy, even though Nutella is so good. Next, I'm making these easy, no-bake protein/energy bars, and these are perfect for post-workout or if you need a quick snack on the go. And the best part is you can add anything you want in these bars. I'm going to add some walnuts, some almonds, and some pistachios, and then I'm going to put them in my little blender. But don't leave them in there for too long like I did because they ended up being really tiny. And I also added 1 cup of oatmeal, some dried raisins, no, not raisins, cranberries, but you can add raisins or any other dried fruit. And I'm also going to add some shredded coconut and some chia seeds and mix everything together. Alright, now that I have everything mixed together, I'm going to use some peanut butter. You can use almond butter, you can use PB2. PB2 is just powdered peanut butter. But I think I'm going to use both of them because I'm so indecisive and I love the flavor. And now I'm going to add the glue to my mix. This will help everything stick together. I'm using date paste and honey, but you can use honey alone or syrup. Right, and the last thing I'm going to add is my protein powder, and the one I have is vanilla ice cream flavor, so this will make everything extra delicious. Oops, I almost forgot. I'm also going to add some coconut milk, but you don't have to. You can just use water. And then I'm going to mix everything together. I highly recommend mixing this with your hands because it's so much easier. Just make sure your hands are clean and then dig in. Alright, now that I'm done mixing everything, I'm going to take my parchment paper and throw the mix in there, and then I'm going to spread it out with my fingers. You can use a spatula, but I just find it easier using fingers, that way you have more control. And once you're done with that, you can place it in the fridge for an hour, but if you need it sooner, you can put it in the freezer for about 30 minutes. And I put mine in the freezer for the sake of this video. So it's been 30 minutes, I just took it out of the freezer, and now I'm going to start cutting it. I couldn't wait to eat this. Alright guys, this is it for my video. I really hope you enjoyed these recipes, and I also hope that I made the steps really easy to follow. And like always, I will list everything down in the description box, so be sure to check that out. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and